I just deleted the video I just made and started all over again because I started watching it and my bangs were making me crazy. My bangs are in disaster mode again. They're too long. They weren't cut straight again. I get a coupon. I get a lead on 3 new other places to go for a haircut. So wish me luck that works out for me. Anyway, weight vlog number 2. I have lost more weight. I am down now to 216 pounds. So I started at 235 and now I'm at 216. So I've lost 19 pounds. I've lost an average of about 2 pounds a week. I think one week I lost 3 and another week I didn't lose anything. I had some challenges. Right before Halloween, we had a freak blizzard. So the leaves hadn't even fallen off the trees yet, and we had this huge ice storm, and we lost electricity from 2 in the afternoon to 11 o'clock at night. So my husband and I, my daughter was on a sleepover. My second to the oldest son, the 17-year-old, had to go to work, but I was afraid I don't do well in ice. I'm okay if it was just snow, but it was like an ice storm. So we called, my son called his brother, my other son that doesn't live with us anymore, Benjamin, the 18-year-old, and he was able to come and pick up, he recently bought himself a car, and he picked him up, and he drove him to work and brought him back. So it was really, thank you, Benjamin, if you end up watching this. I was really grateful for that. And then my other son, my 15-year-old, just stayed in his room. And we had to, my husband and I just talked. He fell asleep, I guess. And we ended up eating Saints candy. So, I don't celebrate Halloween, but I do get some candy to have for the kids, especially like my son who's 15, who's Asperger, who's not going to go trick-or-treating, mostly because he's too old. So anyway, that happened. So that was kind of a setback. And then it was the next weekend we celebrated my husband's birthday because we couldn't celebrate the weekend of the blizzard, which is where it actually had fallen closer to. So I made him a chocolate cake and ended up eating more of that chocolate cake than I should have. One piece would have been okay, but I kept picking at it, and then I ended up picking at the frosting one night. I will eat obsessively, usually it's for stress. Sometimes it's fatigue. If I just went to bed, I think I would probably be okay. I'll just for whatever reason, I get stressed. Maybe it's something I hear on television, or maybe it's just something going on in my family or whatever. They all come home, I get stressed. They give me stress. So I'll start eating obsessively. So I had a couple of days of that, learning to not be the human vacuum cleaner and the human garbage disposal is, I think, something that a lot of mothers and women struggle with, especially mothers who have kids. The younger they are, I think the less they eat. So that at least I finally have a teenage son who's interested in eating leftovers. So that's helping a lot. But so what I'm trying to do is really, put everything away after we have dinner. And I am trying to incorporate what I eat more as what I'm cooking for my kids, so I'm not always making 2 meals. I do end up cooking vegetables for myself a lot, and I also ended up buying myself some low-sodium V8, and I am drinking that. So I'm just not into salads. I don't want a lot of salads. I'm kind of saladed out already, and it's only been I don't know, what's it been, 5 weeks? I'm not sure. I'll write down below exactly how long it's been since I started this diet. But I had some bad days, but I had a lot of good days. This week I had some bad days. Not so much eating. I had maybe one bad night eating. I ate a few things I shouldn't have eaten. But I had pain in my right knee, and then I had a pain in my chest, and not a heart pain over to the left, but below, it could have been lung, or it could have been deferred pain from a strained rotator cuff, because I've been doing the shake weight, but I do have a frayed rotator cuff on the left, and I think my rotator cuff on the right is a little bit frayed too, though it hasn't been diagnosed as such, but I think it could be. And I think I may have pulled something. I also had a lot of stress, which could have caused me to have these pains, because I had it for one day, really intense, I couldn't even bend over. I'd have pain in my chest, and then the next day, then I was fine. So it was really odd. It was kind of an odd pain. So I took one day off exercising that day, and I had also I had increased my resistance on my stationary bike. So I was burning more calories, going further, but then I had the pain in the knee, and I don't know if I did that. I was doing the bean too. I don't know if I did that on the bean. I don't know if I did that on the bike, but I decided to, I had to take one day. I just had to take one day off and rest. And after that, I went back to the bike, but I went back to the low-level resistance I had been doing before. Because if I injure myself, I can't exercise at all. What good is that? It's not doing me any good. So I did that, and doing my food mover, my Richard Simmons food mover. It's been working out okay. I've been getting my waters in. I've been trying to get at least 5 in before lunchtime if I can. And I find that's better. Otherwise, I'm up all night in the bathroom, So I'm drinking, 8 8-ounce glasses of water. So it's going well. I have lost almost 20 pounds. And over the period of, I don't know, I can't remember how long it's been. It's been like 5 or 6 weeks. Now Thanksgiving is coming up, and that's going to be challenging. Tomorrow I'm going to be like shopping to get all the food that I need for Thanksgiving Day. And then I'm going to be baking pies all day Tuesday and baking rolls and cinnamon buns all day Wednesday. And the challenge won't be those baking days, because on those baking days, when you make a pie, you don't cut into it, And even the rolls, they're really not going to be a challenge for me, because I always say to my kids, you can have one, because they want to just shove them in their mouths. And those rolls, they go like that. They love these rolls that I make. I make them from scratch. Well, that's not going to be an issue. It's going to be Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day is Thanksgiving Day. You got to eat Thanksgiving Day. But it's going to be all the days following, and it'll all be dependent on how much they eat. And if they eat up the leftovers, then that'll be better for me. So, we'll just play it by ear, and try to make sure I get my exercising in. And it's going to be especially tough Thanksgiving Day, because I'm going to be pretty much cooking all day. So it's going to be tough. But at least I do have the bike, and I can get on the bike instead of having to, go out or what have you. I have a recumbent bike, which means it has a chair instead of a bicycle seat. And that helps me so much. I wouldn't be able to stand a half an hour with a bicycle seat. And the bike itself just gets the weight off my knees. And even though, I'm pedaling, which is a knee, movement, just getting the weight off my knees just helps me so much. So I just wanted to do weight vlog number 2. I'm way overdue for it. It's going well. I'm hanging in. I'm having some tough days, but I'm getting through. I'm moving forward the next day. And this whole holiday season, Thanksgiving through New Year's, is going to be really tough. So, and my birthday is right after New Year's, so it's going to be tough. But I know I'll be able to do it. So, and it's helping to do this. Do these vlogs, I think. It's keeping me real, keeping me on track. Another thing that's helping me that I've just started to do is watch that Biggest Loser show. And I never watched that before, just once in a while. And I watched it this past week. My husband was away. And I'm going to tape it. I'm going to start taping it and watching it all the time, because it really did inspire me and touch me. And I think it would help. So I'm going to do that too. So, okay. I hope you enjoyed this weight vlog. I'll write down below when I actually started this diet, and put Richard Simmons' link again. And I'm not affiliated with him. I don't work for him or anything like that. It just happens to be the only diet that I've always gone back to. But the only problem is I've never been able to maintain any from any diet. And so this time I'm hoping I will be able to master maintenance when I get to the end. Okay, thanks a lot. And I hope you all have a great day. And I hope you have a Thanksgiving. Those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving in the United States. Thank you. I know Canada is different. Have a great day.